welcome to my homestead. Today is August 27th, the end of the month. So I thought I would do another update. It's been 4 months since I moved here. So April, May, June, July. I was actually 5 months now. So today I'm doing harvest and I want to show you what I'm harvesting. The big boys are these watermelons. Some are more normal size and some are a little bit more of a gigantic, and I'm not kidding, this is at least 40 pounds right there. These are smaller, about 25 pounds each, and these are about 12 pounds each. So, but these are not all of them. I'm trying to gather as many watermelons as possible. So if you guys remember, I have a patch there on the main garden that I've been picking, and this is my second wave. I've already took one, and this is my main patch of watermelons. I'm gonna walk there and show you in a moment. So here we are at the patch. Mostly there are a lot of varieties here. Some are more ready than others. You can see over here was a big watermelon and its neighbor is still ripening. We're expecting a lot of rain in the next few days, and this is why I'm picking them today. I want to show you what happens when too much water happens all at once. This watermelon split and started rotting. This was a big one, and unfortunately because of too much rain it just rotted. So I'm hoping to prevent this from happening to other watermelons. Like these small ones that are going to be okay, even though they're potentially fully ripe. I'm giving them a little bit more chance to finish growing. But these large ones, I really don't want to lose. You can see this one needs to be picked. It's completely ripe. The dendril is completely ripe, so I'm gonna pick it. I'm gonna add it to the pile and take them to my sister. So here is another big one that also needs to be picked soon. It's also completely ripe. I mean, this is what I mean. There are so many of them that need to be picked, but they come in waves. So it's quite a workout trying to lift each one of this and carry back. But here we go. Here is another one that split. They just split from too much water. Too much rain all at once. They were almost completely formed. They were not fully ripe, but this one is already wasted. There is nothing that can be done for it. So I'm also will be harvesting some peppers. I'm going to show you what's going on here. Nice size peppers. There's a lot of them. This bush doesn't have as many, but I'm gonna walk over to the other garden right now and I'll show you what's happening there. So before I walk over to the other garden, I'm here inside my summer kitchen. I want to show you the onions that I harvested. You can see some are small, but some are significant size. I mean, these are pretty decent. I have 3 plates here. I have the smaller ones left just for everyday eating for right now. These 3 will be hung and will be stored for the next few months. They will last me for quite a while. And I gave one of these plates to my sister. They're actually very convenient. I'm going to show you. So they can be hanging like this. And they're quite happy. They store very well. And best of all, I don't need to have boxes for them. Alright, so let's walk over to the main garden. So here we are in the main garden. The big producers right now are the loofahs. You can see I have this great tunnel and they're doing fantastic. I have loofahs hanging all over the place. They are gigantic. This was the very first one that was formed, so you can see the size of it. It's at least 2 feet tall, 2 feet long, and significant size. These are pretty much all the same size. I also have some beans growing here. These are climbing beans. I already have been picking some of them, but they're just starting. Their season is going to be a little bit later. As you can see, my sunflowers are pretty much done. They're all turned down, and I've already picked some and still have to pick some more. I need to pick some of these peppers. You can see they're ripening quite well. There's a nice flush of them growing. There is a lot of young ones, still green, and you can see some ripe ones are in the middle. It's kind of hard to look and watch all of them. The bigger problem are these banana peppers. I mean, look at these. This is one bush, and it's loaded. It's loaded with peppers. I definitely need to pick it today. So a lot of work. They're hanging down because they can't sustain all of the fruit. It's too heavy. I want to walk over here and show you some of the squashes that are formed. So these are the butternut squash. They kind of got out of control. They're growing really, really nicely. You can see. And there are quite a few of them in there. You can see how much they spread. They're hiding all over. So between this patch of butternut squash and the one that I have on the front property, I have about 2 dozen squashes. It's quite a good haul for me for the winter. And Jenny loves cooking with them. Butternut squash soup is fantastic that she makes. Tomatoes are still growing, although they're not as productive as they used to be. Still have some more peppers here. You can see where I have one cucumber left for the seed. Let it ripen and I'll have seed for cucumbers. These are pickling cucumbers. This is my lemongrass. It's doing fantastic. Really nice and tall, growing as it should. So I'll walk over to the other side and I'll show you from that angle. So here we are on the other side. I want to show you quickly lemons that have formed. I'm going to have a lot of lemons this year. It's kind of hard to see them until you see it against the sky and you can see their outlines. But they're hiding in the greenery right now until they change. But the funny part about the citrus, they're still forming, but they're also blooming for the next flush. So lots of citrus here. All right, let me walk over here. Another thing is these tomatoes. These are absolutely wonderful. I love this variety. This is orange jazz. Look at them, absolutely gorgeous. So they're just becoming into the season. They're late, but they're good producers. And again, a lot of peppers. These have been picked already, but you can still see how many of them are still left. So a lot of banana peppers here. Corn is done. I just need to pull it out. I have one patch of beans that I've been steadily picking. They're producing really well. I'm leaving these for the seeds for next year so I can have nice seeds. I think I'm pretty much done with beans for now. So let's walk over a little bit further and I'll show you a few more things. So here we are at the eggplants. They're still producing. I just picked a few and there are still a few hanging down. So for example, like this. It's kind of hard to see them, but they're hiding. You can see the bigger one. So they're still blooming, still forming, by no means done. Surprisingly, some of the cabbage did survive, and even trying to form heads, as pitiful as they are, damaged, but they are there. Poblano peppers are beginning to change color, so they're almost ripe. It's absolutely gorgeous, beautiful colors. Look at that. Lovely. So that's another thing I'll pick today. These tomatoes are pretty much done. All of them got hit by blight really badly. So eventually I'm gonna pull all of these out, clear it all out, and put some fall crop in here. Maybe some lettuces, some cabbage, whatever can grow. Same thing with these tomatoes. They're pretty much done. But I do have a few peppers still growing, and sun golds are still producing really nicely. That's been my go-to for the salads, as well as these midnight snacks, these dark ones. They have been absolutely wonderful. Production, the taste, the texture is absolutely great. Definitely will be planting some more midnight snacks. The mortgage lifter has disappointed. It was not as productive as I expected. It has some smaller tomatoes, as you can see, but not many of them. And it's not what I expected as far as from its reputation. But I also do realize that because all of these tomatoes got damaged by whatever had destroyed my tomatoes, I can't really expect miracles here. Right now all of them are tainted by blight. You can see the damage on all of them. They're all sick, so for them the season is pretty much over. So at least next year I know what to plant and what not to plant. But it's been a good run. There was a lot of tomatoes from here. And again, a lot of eggplants. You can see the white ones hanging down there. So it's been a really good season for eggplants. And I mean really good season. I picked about 30 pounds of them. Alright, let's get back. So here we are here on the other side. I have these hot peppers that are in full growth. You can see beautiful peppers. There is one that's already ripe, teeny tiny one. But overall, this has been a really good productive pepper. Look at these. That's a lot of peppers. So again, more banana peppers, more squash. This is what I mean, that they're hiding inside. You have to know where to look. So it's been a really good run. I've had this absolutely insane tomato plant. Has been overwhelmed with the amount of tomatoes from there. I just can't use that many. These are all cherry tomatoes. They don't last well, so you have to process them right away. You have to pick them and immediately make into sauce or tomato juice or whatever. Here is another gorgeous poblano. It is absolutely fantastic, nice and ripe, ready for picking. This German red has been absolutely awesome. Gorgeous, lovely tomatoes. One of the best producers I've seen. This is my favorite. That and the German pink next to it has been absolutely lovely. So lots of things to pick today. A lot of harvest, which makes me happy. Here's the onions, the bed that I have had. I showed you the harvest. I picked them and already planted carrots. You can see they're just beginning to pop up from the soil. So carrots have been planted. They're growing slowly. There are a few carrots remaining in the ground, mostly because I want them for the seed. The others have already been picked. Some have been eaten, some will go to my sister. And I've had a nice variation of swallowtail butterflies growing on these, and they really love these carrots. So, and I don't mind. I have these Fukushima peppers. They're also doing really well. They're not supposed to be spicy, but they are. So again, you read one thing, you plant it, and you find it that it's